The White House and Senate Republicans have agreed on a fundamental agreement on a stimulus bill. Joining us now, Kevin Cirilli, Bloomberg chief Washington correspondent. Now, we did see kind of the S&P off the lows of the session on this, the dollar sinking to the lows of the day. So there is some kind of movement around this. But what do we know materially about this?
No payroll tax cut. I was just speaking with some sources, staffers up on Capitol Hill, and they tell me that essentially the White House has completely thrown out the issue of the payroll tax holiday from being included in this, keyword, this round of economic stimulus, Alex. And here's why. They do not feel that they have the votes from the Republican caucus in order to garner that over the finish line. However, the Treasury Department and the president are suggesting that this might be another issue that they take up in the fall in a potential fifth round of economic stimulus. But they are up against the clock, Alex. They know they have to get this done. And this is a giant step in the right direction for getting this across the finish line for Republicans now to be on the same page as Leader McConnell and President Trump.
Kevin, 1 trillion is different to 3 trillion, which is different from 3.5 trillion. What number, physical number, are we actually going to end up with?
Well, I think that what you're going to see is somewhere in between. I mean, and look, I think the biggest hurdle, Francine, coming into this morning was whether or not Leader McConnell and Treasury Secretary Mnuchin were going to be able to iron out so many of their differences. So we were covering this story as a triangulation of sorts between President Trump, Leader McConnell, and Speaker Pelosi. But now it is Republicans and Democrats again. So the Democrats are urging for there to be rental assistance, for more financial assistance for the education sector, as well as underserved communities, while Republicans are saying that they would like to see tax credits for the private sector in order to incentivize, Francine, businesses safely bringing folks back to work. And by the way, what's coloring all of this morning is the was the jobless claims numbers, which have increased for the first time since March.
Yeah, a couple things that we learned, too, that the relief bill, Mnuchin says, is going to be handled in a tiered manner. Do you have any insight as to what that actually means?
So the tiered manner was at the urging, Alex, of several top Republicans in the Senate who wanted to see a more targeted approach to helping individuals who need the financial assistance immediately. So the conversation in conservative circles has been they don't just want to write a blank check, Alex, to individuals and not provide an incentive for them to be able to return to work when it is safe for them to do so. So what the tiered approach does is to be able to look at companies, look at corporations, particularly those businesses that have really suffered the most from not being able to open and whatnot, and really being able to target them specifically, because that was the biggest concern for someone like a Senator John Thune, who is a conservative, a deeply conservative on economic issues. For someone like him and others, it's tough to sell to them that they just want to give away this money. So by having a tiered approach, it was an easier pill for them to swallow.
Kevin, when will we have a better idea of what we'll end up with? I mean, is this a matter of, can we have a breakthrough quickly, or is it definitely weeks at least?
I think we're going to see the opening bid coming, according from Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, later today. Leader McConnell would like to get this out as well within the next couple of hours, Francine. And then ultimately, the still working timetable, based upon my reporting, is for next Friday, a week from tomorrow, for this to somehow get over the finish line. But now that Republicans are on the same page, they're going to have to get to a deal with Democrats, and they're still a worlds away on that.